What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today for another video of the Stanley Cup Final preview, and I realized how small I actually wrote this, and it's kind of hard to see on the board, but I'll be reading it out, so that's alright. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Florida wins 4-1 as they take a 2-0 series lead on the Edmonton Oilers. Florida's kind of making this look easy. Game 1, I'll say Edmonton was the better team. Bobrovsky, they caught a hot goalie. Today, Florida played the game that Edmonton did in the previous game, and then ran rings around Edmonton with it. So, it starts on the first. 8:43, Edmonton actually gets the first goal. It's Matthias Ekholm going 5-hole on Bobrovsky, and he's known for doing very well in the 5-hole. Doesn't allow many goals there, and it gets through. 5th of the season for McDavid and Bouchard to make it 1-0. That's the first finals point for Connor McDavid. Second period. 10:26, it's a Florida goal from Nico Mikkola, his second of the season, or second of the playoffs, from Lundell and Tarasenko to make it 1-1. We have a tie game going into the third. 16:49, if Florida ends that tie real quick, it's Evan Rodriguez with his fifth of the playoffs, unassisted to make it 2-1. And then he scores again at 7:34 on the power play, his sixth of the playoffs, second of the game, from Lundell and Ekman-Larsson. So Lundell with a pair of assists there. And then the empty netter at 2:28, it's an empty net for Florida. Aaron Ekblad's first of the playoffs from Bennett to make it 4-1 in a Florida victory. What this doesn't tell you is how dirty and poorly officiated this game was. The softest calls on planet Earth, I think, were being called in this game. Penalties in the first, there were 2 for each. Penalties in the second, 2 for Florida, 1 for Edmonton. Penalties in the third, 2 for Florida, 3 for Edmonton. Along with 1 game misconduct, 2 regular misconducts, all for Edmonton. And Fogle got ejected because he needed Luosterainen, who was down for a while. The first review didn't look that bad. The overview looked a lot worse. Luosterainen would come back and play, luckily, and he got injured before the finals last year, so if he missed the finals again, I feel horrible for E2 Luosterainen. But on those power plays, both teams kind of just fumbled. Florida goes 1 for 6. That's the Rodriguez goal. Edmonton goes 0 for 4. Shots were 29-19 Florida, hits were 37-30 Florida, faceoffs 37-31 Florida, Skinner saves 25 out of 28. People are blaming him. It's not his fault that his team cannot solve Bobrovsky. If you score 1 and no goals in a game, you're not going to win the game. Bobrovsky saves 18 out of 19. He's still your Conn Smythe winner. There's nothing to say. This finals is just elevating that stance even more. Unless you want to consider Evan Rodriguez your top player in the final, which I don't think he is. But don't get me wrong, Evan Rodriguez is a good up and down the lineup player, Swiss Army knife kind of guy. But yeah, that's really going to be it. It's going to be all I have for you guys in this one. Game 2 is in the books. Florida has a 2-0 series lead. Let me know down below who you think is going to win Game 3. And if you're an Oilers fan, what are you thinking right now? And if you're a Panthers fan, are you excited? Do you have any bit of excitement, or are you still nervous for what Edmonton can do with the weapons they have on offense? But yeah, that's going to be all I have for you guys in this one. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I shall see you all in the next one. Have a good one.